What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Gemma Jade, and I am here with your weekly 3-card pick a card reading because I still haven't come up with a better name for it. So this is your reading for January 31st through February 6th, and I'm using a new deck, new Oracle deck. It's Vintage Wisdom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 Oracle cards. I'm going to number them 1, 2, and 3, and if you need to pause the video, relax, kind of see which card resonates with you and pick your card, that's going to be your Oracle reading for the week. If you're a procrastinator like me, like I always say, I will pull a 4th card at the end. If you pick card number 1 and card number 3 resonates, go with what resonates. These are general readings, general messages, and everyone's going to get the message that's for them. So, all right, let's do this. One more card, please. Weekly reading, February 2022. All right. Okay, card 1, card 2, card 3. Take a minute, pause the video if you need to, see what hits you, see what resonates. Okay, so I'm going to give you the book meaning, and then I'm going to give you what I'm getting intuitively. So let's get started. If you chose card number 1, you chose the card of reflection. These are absolutely beautiful cards. It's the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And they just, I don't know, they look vintage to me. In the privacy of her own company, a young woman is captured in a quiet moment of contemplation. Behind her, an ornate mirror is suspended in the air. I don't know if you guys can see that. But our subject has turned away, preferring to muse instead on the inner landscape of her thoughts. Her silk shawl is clasped, Her silk shawl is clasped modestly to her naked form, and her downcast eyes suggest her mind is far away in deep reflection. Purple violets chosen for their color and symbolism surround her. Because they bloom in February, violets are associated with love and renewal. Purple represents the crown chakra of the human aura and corresponds with enlightenment and liberation. The crown, right here, crown chakra. The hurried pace of modern life can often dictate that we make quick decisions which sometimes result in costly mistakes. The pressure of juggling multiple responsibilities can lead some to feel their lives are on autopilot, yet paradoxically, a constant focus on, quote, getting things done can cause us to lose sight of what we are doing and, more importantly, why. The presence of this card invites you to step out of the realm of reaction and into the realm of reflection. Take a full view of your life as a whole. Witness how patterns emerge and how God has guided you. By reviewing past mistakes, you can gain clarity to why something did not work and evaluate whether change may be appropriate. Reflection is a vital component of our learning process and facilitates expanded awareness of our position and purpose in life. It requires focus, and focus requires that wisely invest in making time for the transformational power of reflection. So this is another card in another week where if you chose card number 1, it's time to kind of sit back and really think before you're making any major decisions. Really any decisions at all. And think about why. If there's something that's really bothering you, that you're really focused on, that's really, really hurting you, or a decision that you just can't seem to make or get a grasp on, it's time to sit back and reflect on why and make a move. So this week, the universe wants you to sit back, reflect, figure out, where am I going with this? What choice should I make? This week is the week for reflection, because in the coming weeks in February, it's going to be a time for action. There's no more putting off whatever this is. It's time for action, because if you don't, the universe is going to take action for you, and a lot of the time that's really messy. I know a lot of us are going through dark nights of the soul, but this week, if you chose this card, please, if you can, take a staycation, okay? I know a lot of people can't take vacations. If you work, do as much as you possibly can of just sitting back and relaxing. It's not a week to go out partying with friends. It's not a week to do get-togethers even. You really need to be by yourself, with the universe, with your higher power. Okay, this is a spiritual focus. It's not just being lost in your thoughts. Like, we're all so in our own heads right now because of the Mercury retrograde, but it's not about that. It's about being with your higher power, being with source, okay? and just really figuring out what you want out of life and how to not make the same mistakes. I think that's really important too. If you chose card number 2, you got the card of beauty, which ironically, I don't think that's a very beautiful card. It's kind of gaudy with those things on her head, no? Okay, so card of beauty. Sorry if there's any background noise, guys. Like I said, I'm visiting family. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Merging against a delicate canvas of aqua sky and ephemeral cherry blossoms in an otherworldly portrayal of a spirit girl. A profusion of fragrant blooms woven into her extravagant headdress frame her sweetly mysterious face. In Japanese culture, cherry blossoms have long been a symbol of the preciousness of beauty amid the transience of life. Through the mortal eye, there are times when beauty eludes us and we cannot see the grand design. We are only able to perceive the underside of our Creator's epic tapestry and can make no sense of the loose ends, frayed edges, and knots keeping the supreme handiwork in place. The Persians, long aware of this, are known to create obvious errors in their rugs to show that, except for Allah, no one is perfect. The appearance of this transformative card is telling you to open your physical eyes as well as the eyes of your heart to experience the healing balm of beauty. It is favorable time to widen your perceptions and actively seek out the rich and sometimes hidden bounty waiting to be explored and integrated into your life. Whether experienced from within or perceived outwardly, the sublime gift of beauty reaffirms your connectedness to life. However it may appear, there are no mistakes in the warp, weft, and perfect design of life's divine masterpieces. The more you align with your divine nature, the greater your capacity to experience and perceive beauty. So I don't really think this card is talking about physical beauty, at least not for this week. I feel like if you chose card number 2, it's really time to start getting grateful. Start counting your blessings and seeing the beauty in your own life. I know I keep pounding on this Mercury retrograde in pretty much everything that I do, but it's for a reason. It's because it really does affect us, especially when it's in, retrograding from Aquarius into Capricorn. It really does affect us, makes us in our own minds, and forget the technological breakdowns. We're doing things like drunk texting our exes that we haven't spoken to in 5 years. That's the type of stuff that Mercury retrograde, it makes us say things that we don't mean, speak without thinking. But I feel like aside from that, there's something happening with you on a deeper level where you're just getting grateful. And if you're not, the universe wants you to start this week. Start a gratitude list, okay? Do what you can to accept the beauty in your life. No matter how ugly you may think it is, your life is probably a paradise to someone else who's going through something worse, right? So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is only skin deep, I guess those things could be true, but again, we're not talking about physical appearance. And if you've been putting a lot of focus on physical appearance lately, man or female, right? However you identify. Okay, guys, don't jump me in the comments. It's time to take the focus off of that. I feel like if that's the case, you're spending way too much time focusing on the outward appearance, and it's time to start looking on the inside, okay? And opening up your heart. If you chose card number 3, you got the card of thoughts. I just love these cards. I really do. They're in alphabetical order. Thoughts. A girl rests with her head slightly bowed as if deep in thought. The quietude of the open courtyard, solitary chair, and doves huddled on top of the wall creates an air of hushed contemplation. In tarot symbolism, 2 pillars represent the realm of opposites and a need for balanced diplomacy and tact, both activities of the mind. Doves, on the other hand, represent ascension, aspiration, love, and peace, offering potential for a higher perspective. Thought is a powerful spiritual vibration and can be used to generate atmospheres of healing and harmfulness depending on the evolution of the thinker. The presence of this card highlights the importance of your thoughts as they precede action and are the driving force behind how you experience life. If you have cause to reason, decide, discover, or resolve a situation, now is a favorable time. The quality of thoughts will always determine the wisdom of your choices. Be aware of the positive power of your thoughts and how they affect your current situation and others around you. When reasoning ends, use the calming, intuitive influence of meditation as a tool to soften any raw edges and restore balance. This really is a card of thought and not being in your own head, not overthinking things. Thinking things through for sure. making the right decision, having the wisdom to know when to speak, when to not speak, when to act, how to act, okay? This is a card of maturity, okay? This is a card of really knowing enough about yourself to either accept a situation or bow out gracefully. And I believe that's what the universe is saying. Whatever the situation is, now is the time to act on it, okay? No more thinking, no more being in your head, no more going back and forth with decisions, guys. Now is the time to act. If you chose this card, it is the time to act now. Make the decision and go with it, okay? Do not go back. Do not go back and forth anymore. Make a decision, stick with it, but make sure you think it through. I know that's really confusing. It's like, don't be in your own head, but think it through. There's a difference. The difference between being in your own head and thinking it through is you're constantly over thinking everything, right? When you're in your own head. And again, I'm sorry for the background noise. It's my mom. All right, if you're a procrastinator, if you could not choose a card from the 3 that I laid down, let me shuffle these up and I will get a 4th card for you. The 4th card is the card of choice. A maiden stands poised in the heart of an ancient ruin. She is surrounded by 3 footpaths leading in different directions, but she can only choose one. Red is the vibrant color of blood and fire. Her crimson gown and flowers along the pathway suggest a mood of energy, life force, and vitality, which may be needed to facilitate wise choices. The green foliage hints at the potential for new growth and the need for balance. She holds a shining crystal sphere in the palm of her hand. Crystal spheres, long revered as an ancient symbol of unity and totality, can be a useful tool to see a complete picture of self or situation. So before I finish off what this means, I just want to say, if you're working on crystal magic or just learning how to use crystals, or if you're not, I think now would be a really good time to kind of get into that, even if you start off with just a few. The presence of a dove overhead suggests peace is more likely to prevail if choices made are born out of love and respect. So no revenge, no getting even, okay? Especially this week, because the universe is kind of saying, like, it's not going to take kindly to that. And you're going to have a really bad week if you start thinking vengefully, whether it's warranted or not. Trust me, I know. Discrimination, intuition, and common sense play a vital role in deciphering needs from whims and wishes. They are worlds apart, so be sure to distinguish what is necessary before taking decisive action. Be still, listen to the guidance of your internal conscience, and in the words of William Shakespeare, to thine own self be true. I feel like these cards they all have a common theme, okay? And that's really thinking about what we say and do this week. And this card is no different. What choice are you going to make? Reflecting on choice, card 1. Being grateful and understanding the good and bad choices you've made, the card of beauty. Thought, thinking things through without being in your head. And now the card of choice, which is making a choice. So it's like all 3 cards led up to this. Sorry. I feel like all 3 cards led to the card of choice because they're all about making decisions, but making decisions the smart way. This card especially is like, do not make decisions out of anger, okay? Do not react immediately. Do you know what I mean? Like don't snap react, because then you're not keeping your side of the street clean. You're not going to come out the good guy or on top no matter what, because 2 wrongs don't make a right. And remember, this is not me giving you advice. It's coming from the universe. So, you know, I snap react all the time, but I'm hearing that very clearly. 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I think that should be your mantra this week, as well as to thine own self be true. Be true to yourself. Be good-hearted, kind-hearted, light-hearted, grateful. See the beauty in everything, even the bad decisions you've made, okay? Just for the collective, know that everything we do kind of led us to where we are today. And whether you're in a good place or a bad place, that's okay, because you're going to make it through as long as you follow your heart and be true to yourself. That's all I have for you today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, okay, and spread the love by sharing. I'm hoping to start MoonBearOracle this week for the February monthlies, where I read once a month oracle readings intuitively for each zodiac astrological sign. And I'm going to try by April at the latest to do monthly and weekly. So if you haven't subscribed to MoonBearOracle already, please go over there and do that. I'm hoping to put the content out this week at the very latest next week. Running a little behind. A lot of you know I had a little family thing that kind of threw me off course a little bit. So you can find me on Spaced Out Radio Saturday and Sunday nights from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, come on in, check out the live, the after hour show with me, Big Willie Townsend, and John Hudson, where we discuss everything woo, supernatural, paranormal, extraterrestrial, Sasquatch. I mean, we run the gamut. We've discussed demons. I couldn't even tell you. Friday nights, Paranormal Chop Shop with Chad Smith, Jake Smith, my Sunny Bear, the rest of the boys, whoever decides to wander in, okay? You know how it is over there. It's a free-for-all from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and every Wednesday night from 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time to around 10:45, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, I pull one oracle card for everyone who wants one, who comes in. First come, first serve basis right here on the Gemma J channel, so check that out as well. Guys, please be sure to like this video. My likes compared to my views are a little bit low. I don't know really what's going on there. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. In the description box, you will find a link, at least one, to each of the live streams I just mentioned. So if you can't make it live, check it out in the description box below. Also, ways to support the channel, my PayPal, Cash App, Patreon, and Amazon wish list gift link. By the way, guys, I can't thank you enough for all the gifts, donations, and support. All right? Be kind to each other. It doesn't cost anything. Be kind to yourselves as well, and don't accept anything less than others being kind to you. Always go in grace, smile at a stranger, and I will see you next time.